I've used sealants before to seal tile, but we've had issues with the old tile table of crumbs and everything getting into the grout lines, making it hard to clean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some 2-part epoxy to seal the entire table. So I got a mixing cup. I find that a plastic knife or something plastic is good for mixing because you do it for 6 to 7 minutes and you don't want to create a bunch of bubbles. So wood, I used the wood stir before, and it seems the wood creates more bubbles in there than the plastic. This is going to roll it out, but you want to wet this first, so I'm going to wet this down after I mix all this up. Get that nice and wet. This is to get all the bubbles out afterwards. You blow it down through there. Hair dryer works great. It says to use a heat gun, but you don't need to get that hot. Now, I bought dollar mixing cups and stirrers from the dollar store. Now I clearly mark one black, one white, so that I know which top I'm using. Now I also mark on here what color the top is, because once you take the tops off, you might get them mixed up. So got a mark here, got a mark here. Now the reason I do this is because if I need to make more, if 2 cups is not going to be enough to cover the whole table, I can easily just whip some more up real fast and cover over again. Okay, I believe that the half cup might be a better size because the table's not that large, and if I'm going to be spreading a thin layer, it's actually not going to take up too much room. So I'm just going to do a half cup, and it's always better. Well, it's not better, but I would rather not waste any and have to make a second batch. So that's what I'm going to do. Now you see, you want to get an exact measurement because these two mixed together, it really depends on how fast they're gonna, or how well they blend. So you want to get a really good measurement. That's why I've got the spatulas here, because to get as much out of this cup as possible once I pour it in there. That way I know that it's exactly the exact same amount. Now it doesn't matter what you use for a measuring device, you can use anything really, but as long as they're exactly the same, as long as you have 2 of the same, you're good to go. But I don't recommend doing a really large batch because I've tried that before and it just doesn't work as well. I don't know why. I had issues. It might have been the type I was using. This one I got online, so it might be the type I was using at the time. I don't know, but just don't do a large batch. That's what I'm saying. I'll keep these separated over here. Try not to make a mess. That's why I'm using this area here, because it's kind of a workstation. This black one is the activator. So it's a lot thinner, so it'll pour a lot quicker. Now, if you're going to make colors, you would add the colors. I've found that adding the colors in between the two gives them a little bit better mixing, because then it's not all powdery puffing up into your face if you mix them together. Because you want to pour them in between these 2 stages here, like right on top of the thick agent. Make sure they aren't touching or they'll start blending together and hardening on you with your mixing cups, and you don't want that. So now there's no rush, you don't have to go crazy, but you do need to mix it for at least 6, 7, even longer, 6 or 7 minutes or longer. And you want to really dig in there and move it around. You want to really scrape the sides, you want to dig up underneath. But if you use a blending machine or like a drill attachment, you're going to add a lot of bubbles, so you don't want to do a drill attachment. I've seen people doing that online. It is I don't recommend that. As you can see, there are some bubbles forming in there, but that's, you know, there's nothing you can do about that.